different ways to look who's having the power in our
Well,
society.
do you believe, though, that since the dawn of time, misuse of power, bullying, has been an inherent part of society? I'm asking this because, you know, there's even been books written about this, and it kind of boils down to, you know, the strongest, Darwin's theory, the strongest will survive, the most fit will survive. Even in, you know, the ancient world kingdoms, there was always usurping of power, people making themselves king by bullying the tenant farmer. So I guess I'm asking you, is this an inherent part of the society? And what, if anything, can then be done to take it away? Because it seems like, you know, to a point, it has been going on since the dawn of time, right?
I certainly am not going to argue that. I would say it would, but there's always been stories where there's been triumph from, oh, who's that little guy and that big giant? David and Goliath.
Yes.
There's all sorts. I mean, every war that's fought. I mean, you look at Israel. I can't help you say as an example, who's always been having people attacking, and it's just a little thing compared to everyone around.
That's true.
And it's surviving.
Yeah.
More than just surviving, it gives so much. It contributes to the world in so many ways.
Well, I think that we always, there's a sympathy for the underdog, you know, whatever the underdog is. I don't think people like or enjoy watching others get totally, you know, victimized or stepped on or what have you. Maybe there's a small segment of the population that does enjoy watching the brutality of others. But we also have something in North American society, particularly U.S., where there's a triumph for fighting for the underdog. You know, and maybe it's that sentimentality that we're going to see the change arise from.
I think it's out of necessity, too. We're traveling. As things develop over time, there's, in a sense, in my feeling, getting worse. Where if we don't change our path, we are on self-destruct, because the misuse of power also goes into the level of society where we're talking about environment. And so if we've misused we had responsibilities. It wasn't about getting. We had jobs to do to take care of everybody. And everyone had to get, we were all supposed to take care of each other and take care of doing what all had to get done. And it wasn't getting done. So now people are starting to realize this is not a very good world. And it always hasn't been. There's always been slaves in every culture. And it's, I mean, every ism is an excuse, just an excuse to put another down, to make them better, to have more. I get that, but I can't. See, me personally, I have such a drive for this because I was left for dead. I was abused so much in my life from so many people who were supposed to take care of me that I got very sick. I have post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's so disabling. And I'm still really, I mean, I present so well that you don't know necessarily what a difficult time I'm having in life and the miracles that happen so that I can continue. But it was kill them, kill me, or write the book, and you don't write a book like this without getting it out there. I have to try and make a difference, and there are tons of people, tons of organizations, more and more all the time, because it can change, and you have to believe that it can, and you at least have to try.
But what is the real solution, Marilyn? Because you can't, you know, you're talking about the misuse of power and bullying, right? So you can't be a bully back because that's not really changing the problem. That's just becoming part of the problem.
So that's why I just can't kill everyone, because that's a lot of dead people. So what do? So you educate. When you're telling me that I have to let someone do what they do to me, actually, you know what? If someone's raping me, I do have a right to kill them. And that's what we're not being taught. You're allowed to kill the person who's raping you. People need to be taught it's okay to do that. People are told you're not allowed to. You're actually, for example, let's move back to the child again, and on an easier level, who's bullied in the school.
Yes.
They're kept in from school, or they're punished, or often more penalized by the teacher some way, either from not getting to go out for recess. But the child who's the bully is not getting focus, is not on there in their bad behavior. That has to change. That's a real step. When the boss is misusing his power, he needs to be ousted from his position. When the legal, that's right, not promoted. In our society, those behaviors, those negative behaviors, those psychopathic, sociopathic behaviors are actually promoted, and they are actually promoted in their jobs, in society, and the victims are just sacrificed, left, right, and center.
Well, yeah. But did you see the other day on the television, they had a story about a young boy in the United States who was being bullied, and he was a big, heavy child, but he was being bullied by a little skinny child.
Saw that.
And then the big guy fought him back, and the bully cried victim and ran away and said he was being bullied, but in fact it was a retaliation from the bigger boy because he had been bullied first.
Yeah.
But that's my point, though, is that a proper way of handling the situation? Because essentially now they're both bullies.
No, he wasn't a bully because it wasn't. That's why you have to understand who's the bully. See, if you'd know he wasn't. I can use the example for the first short story I have in my second book coming out, and it was also in the school system. And it was a boy who was actually being taunted for years, and the teachers did nothing. And not just taunted, but incredibly bullied for 3 years or more, and assaulted. There's physical assaults being done to him. And the day of his birthday, he actually was again assaulted by, and one of the bullies was a girl who was right at the top for bullying. And she ran into the school to the principal, and this whole thing got turned around on him because when he had just got whipped on his birthday that one time, he snapped and he said, I'm gonna whatever, shoot you or kill you or whatever he said. Doesn't matter, because they just all put the focus on him. They lied, they didn't talk, they made out that there was no 3 years of complaints with the abuse that they didn't address. They wait till the person snaps. They just expect the people who are bullied, to take the abuse over and over and over again and then blame them when they do something. That is not being a bully when you protect yourself. It is a bully when a person goes up to you and shoves you and starts attacking you for no reason, or for a reason which is not in protection of self. That is wrong. There's two different things. So that person, by you identifying that person, that big boy who ended up doing that, and the other one running in and saying he was the one, that's not an accurate description.
No, it's not. I understand that the big boy was really just, fighting back and
the whole situation.
And he really was victimized. But my question is, do you fight fire with fire, or
Sometimes
do you ignore the situation and just take the high road and walk away?
No, you don't walk away, because then you get your things stolen from you. And that's what our society teaches. Just let them have it. Just forgive them. Just forgive them. And you can't. You can't just let that go on in our society, because it makes it so that the bad people have. So you've actually taught me, if I want to have, then I have to be mean and nasty and not caring.
So that's what I'm asking you. Do you have to stoop to the level to get it?
It's not stooping. There's another way. We have to think bigger than that. It's going and addressing the bully. The people who are in positions of authority, who are supposed to deal with the problem, have to deal with it properly. They don't. They blame the victim.
Okay.
That is what
Why
has to
don't
change.
they deal with it properly? Is it because they want to win a popularity contest?
The society has been taught wrong. Some of them, they don't want to lose their jobs because they're bullies at the top. They have been taught. It's been taught over and over. We have to reteach all of society how to behave. It's
how are we going
to
do that, Marilyn? In one sentence, because we're just out of time here. I know you're going here now, right? But in one sentence,
she makes some good point.
How do we do it? How do we fix it?
Well, it's the synergy of everyone coming together and teaching correctly. Education is key.
Okay, all right.
And maybe also not accepting the way, the power is, changing it. Anyway, we have a giveaway of your book today, and it's worth $40 to the first caller in at 416-204-9723.
And what a great way to get started, right, Marilyn? Read the book. That's one way to get started to change all this. Also, I understand you're writing in this fabulous magazine, right? The Multicultural
It's a community
Journal.
Newspaper, yes.
Yeah, and you got an article in here, so people can pick this up too. And read,
do we have a website that you want to mention?
What you're saying.
TheBrutalTruth.ca.
Okay. And look forward to more of your talks and more of your writings. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me again.
You're going to have to come back.
Okay, so I guess
we just got you going there. Now you're going to have to just...
We're a little over time today, but...
Thanks to you, Jeanette.
No, it's also thanks to you.
At least we found out about your love life.
We've had some great conversations and great information shared today. Thank you all for being with us. I just want to mention that I will be back on April 11th. That'll be the second Monday instead of the third Monday next month. That is my one-year anniversary show with Liquid Lunch, and I've got a very special show planned with some amazing guests, including Rose Reisman coming in.
That's unbelievable.
Yes, and there's more, and I look forward to being back.
Is she going to feed us that day?
I don't know.
With her fabulous pickle barrel.
I can't believe I spent a year already here with you as co-host and doing the Magnetic Marketing Moment.
It seems like only a few weeks.
I know. Yeah. So anyway, we look forward to seeing you next time. And for anybody who didn't call in yet, I did have that giveaway too today, that one free session of any course that you want on my Magnetic Marketing Femtor Circle
Can
group
they email
coaching.
you as well for that?
They can.
What's
Jeanette
the email?
at yourmarketingmagnet.com, and that's JANETTE at yourmarketingmagnet.com.
All right.
And I think we're closing out at
we're way over time.
2:15 today.
Over. Okay, we're going to have to spend a lot of time in editing. Anyway, thanks, Jeanette.
Okay.
Thanks, Marilyn.
So sorry.
What?
It's not my fault.
Don't
it's
you
not
be?
my fault.
Come on, we gave you full time. You know, we went over
Yeah,
time
it's okay,
just for you,
so-
Marilyn. Anyway.
You got a full half an hour.
Okay.
Got a lot of info out.
Okay, bye, everybody. That's it for the show. We'll see you tomorrow at noon for more Liquid Lunch right here on that channel.
In the year 1907, our hockey game was young. The Stanley Cup was something just the lucky few had won. The Eastern teams retained it till Montreal went down at the hands of 7 skaters from a tiny western town. The other teams played dirty, the Thistles kept it clean.